Welcome to 101. I'm Greg Bassey, your host from the Salisbury Independent newspaper. It is probably the biggest week in Salisbury that we will have for a long time around here. The National Folk Festival is breathing down our necks. 80,000 people about to enter our town to watch these National Folk Festival acts and performers. And to talk about this, we have Caroline O'Hare. Welcome, Caroline.
Hi, good morning. Hello, good afternoon.
I know we've had you on a lot this year, but we want to talk about our schedules come out finally.
Oh, this thing's awesome.
And it's in this week's Salisbury Independent newspaper, and yeah, we're going to give it a plug because this thing is essential to take with you to the festival or to figure out what you want to see in what order at the festival or where you just want to wander around. It's in this week's Salisbury Independent. It will be bulk dropped around town. Right now, you can get it at the National Visitor Center, at the City Visitor Center downtown. And it's got everything you need to know, I think, about the Folk Festival.
It's incredible, and the Salisbury Independent did an incredible job producing, laying this out. It's so fantastic, and people have actually been calling our office, and I heard calling your office to find out where they can get more copies. So yes. We have more copies coming to the Visitor Center because these are fantastic. So thank you for helping produce this. These are amazing.
Well, good. So what we're going to do is kind of go through this section and talk about the acts, because this is one of those things, like me, as the editor guy, I didn't really understand what was happening until I started putting this section together, and I started reading about the acts, and I got really excited about who was coming to Salisbury.
Absolutely. And not only do you have information about the musicians, but I love the whole section about the family area, because you see what's coming for our kids,
right,
for our younger audience goers, and it's incredible. It's amazing. And then you see what food vendors are going to be and where they're going to be. This is a great program. So it's definitely grab yours if you can. And we also have all this information online at nationalfolkfestival.com.
And I'm especially excited because my daughter just went to college. My last child left. So I don't have to worry about the family area anymore. I can just ignore all that.
You can.
I can go
I
can go where the beer truck is and the Queeby sisters.
Exactly. You could, but it's so much fun. There is something happening at the family area that I want to participate in, but I've been told because I am an adult, I am not allowed. But the National Park Service has a junior ranger program that is custom designed for the Folk Festival. They'll have 2 swearing-in ceremonies, once on Saturday, once on Sunday, and they'll even have a junior ranger badge that has the Folk Festival logo in there that they're handing out. I'm like, oh, I want one of those badges. But apparently it's for the children. So not for me.
Kids get everything.
They do. They're very lucky.
Anyway, in the middle of the section, just real quick to go over what happens. We have a schedule, which you'll be able to see. I won't go through the details of that. But the map is crucial. And the map really lays out where everything is. And you really get a sense of what's going on with the festival once you see the map and you see where the stages are and all the things that are happening. So how many stages are there?
There are 7 stages, 7 main stages, and then just in the Folklife area, there are a few mini stages. There's a narrative stage and a foodways stage, but there's basically 7 stages. It's all quite walkable. I was actually on the phone with someone yesterday asking about, well, how long would it take for me to get from the city stage to the PRMC stage? And I said, well, I'm from New York,
right,
so that would take me about 3 minutes. But, a leisurely stroll, maybe 5, 7. It's really doable.
The city stage is on North Division Street, right in front of the government office building. The PRMC stage is actually, I'll start to cry, on the site of the old Daily Times building, across the street from the hospital on Carroll Street. So it's just a walk down Division Street across the bridge to that stage.
It's so simple.
Of course, the amphitheater. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was going to say, also, if you don't have this program guide with you, we're going to have pocket guides that you can put in your pocket, which will have this map as well.
Right.
So that's
Excellent.
something to, if you don't get one of these awesome programs.
The amphitheater, that's on the east end. That's the brand new amphitheater. And boy, is that thing nice or what?
It's gorgeous.
I had no expectation for this.
I really loved the ribbon cutting ceremony
Yeah.
that was there because you got to see how people could enjoy an outdoor space together as a community, just enjoying music, having some drinks, being outside by the beautiful Riverwalk. So it was a fantastic event, and it was sort of you could sort of see what's to come. So that's going to be a great spot.
Right, and that was interesting too, because we don't have amphitheaters around here, so people don't know how to use them, which is the most bizarre thing. Not everyone is.
There was
like,
a lot of standing,
well,
not
people,
so much sitting.
Right, but they're like, do you put a chair here? Do you sit on the cement? Do you can put a blanket on the grass. You can put a chair on the grass. You can sit on the. You can do whatever you want. That's the whole point. But people want like, well, where's my seat?
Exactly, and actually, I've gotten a lot of emails asking about, can we bring a chair? Do you have chairs? And a lot of the stages will have chairs and
Bring
seating.
chairs and blankets.
But
yes.
bring a chair if
Yeah.
you'd like. Then you've always got a seat if you bring a chair. We'll also have National Folk Festival towels for sale at one of the merchandise tents. So if you forget your blanket and you really want to lay out on the grass, we'll have beach towels for sale as well.
Right, and the map will help you decide whether you want to do that or not. I'm intrigued by the Richard Henson stage, which is going to be over by Market Street.
Yeah, that's going to be very large tented space.
Okay.
So there's a lot of seating there, and not only do they have some incredible musicians that will be on that stage, but they have a lot of great panel discussions.
Right.
So I believe there's where you put together members that are all guitar based, or if they're all, and I'm misremembering all our schedule, but if you don't mind, let me
Sure.
open this
Yeah,
up
please.
real quick on the Henson stage, because I saw some really great ones coming up. Stringed instruments from the Silk Road to Southern California. So you have a variety of different stringed instrument artists that will be talking and collaborating together. Then you have Blues Boogie and Bayou Masters. That's going to be a really fun one. I'm excited about that. And gosh, I thought there was another one, but it's just a global song traditions. And some of these also have sign language interpretation. So those that are hearing impaired,
Right.
it's marked in the schedule which shows will have and which panel discussions will have interpretation.
And also down there, right on the bend in the river, just behind the library, is going to be the Maryland Traditions Folklife area. And that's where people are going to be like telling stories and stuff.
This is going to be one of the largest folklife areas in the history of the festival.
Because that's what's so amazing about us. You don't think about it, but there's going to be a man there talking about how to make scrapple.
Exactly, I know.
Now, growing up on the
Thank
farm,
goodness.
the pig farm in Ironshire, I learned to make scrapple at an early age, so I'm not as fascinated by that, but I would like to know how other people make scrapple.
Exactly. I mean, the folklife area is incredible because you've got your performance stage, which on Sunday, I believe, has the Maryland Traditions Apprenticeship Award teams. And then you've got narrative stage. You've got a foodway stage, so where you have the scrapple making or oyster fritters or muskrat jambalaya.
Yeah, I have no love for the muskrat, but the muskrat lady from Cambridge, who's world famous, is going to be here.
That's right,
talking
Rhonda
about,
Aaron.
Right, talking.
Yeah.
See, you know this.
Off the top of my head, just like that.
That's a good test of locality. That's good.
Yeah, it's incredible the people that are coming. I mean, it's like the masters of all the genres.
Yeah.
And then, not only that, we've got, because the theme of this year's Folklife area is Chesapeake traditions. And just think about all the different things that can fall under that umbrella. So we have the Pocomoke Indian Nation will be burning out a canoe
Right.
on site. We have the Chesapeake Bay Maritime Museum will be building a skiff on site.
How cool
we
is
have
that?
duck decoys in the canal. We'll have
Rich Smoker, who's my favorite, he builds
he's
the
gorgeous.
floating decoys.
He'll be
I mean,
there.
it's one thing to build the ones you hang on the wall, but the ones that have to float, and they judge them by floating them to see that they look like real ducks floating, that fascinates me.
And he'll be doing a presentation actually in the canal, so you'll hear him and he'll have his decoys
right,
on the
wades
canal.
out there, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we'll also have close to Riverwalk Park, which is right on the other side of Mill Street, close to Brew River, we'll have, I think, 3 or 4 skipjacks.
Exact. Stony Whitelock is coming from Deal Island, bringing his
Exactly.
skipjack, and he's going to be there telling stories. And he's one of these guys with that accent. You can listen to him talk all day.
I love him.
He's got a million stories.
And he's keeping skipjacks alive. He's one of those tradition bearers, and as most of the people that are part of this festival are keeping these living traditions alive. So they're incredibly important people, very special, and we're so happy that they're part of this.
He's a working skipjack captain, waterman guy, just and full of charm.
He is incredibly charming, and that's the other thing is it's not just artistic traditions, it's working traditions. It's what the Chesapeake is about. It's the music, the stories, the food, the art, and just the culture of Chesapeake.
And the other guy's going to be out there too, and I can't remember his name.
Oh, Kermit Travers?
Kermit Travers, who talks about the African-American history of the waterman. And we don't think about that, about how special that is, how African-Americans were able to separate themselves in terms of a work ethic by also working on the bay.
Exactly. In fact, I love his photo in here. I wanted to find that.
Yeah, we make fun of the photo because he's actually driving the skipjack backwards.
No, is he?
Yeah, and like he's taken a lot of ribbing for this photo, but it's a great. It was taken in Annapolis, and it's a great photo. And it's in our section. You've got to see this thing.
Yeah, and there's Stoney.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Is his shirt off or on?
His shirt is on. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you also get to see these folks, and oh, there's another great one coming up. So, what else would you like to talk about? Let's go around the map.
I want to talk about the musical acts because I'm fascinated by this. The Tremby Bass Band is going to be here from New Orleans. This is the classic, the band you see in the funeral thing, the mock funeral, the real funeral.
Yeah, they're
where they march and play.
Absolutely, they're one of the most beloved New Orleans brass bands. Just in the city, in the country.
They're world famous.
Yeah, absolutely. The Tremé Brass Band is coming, and they're going to kick off our festival parade. So you're going to get a little feeling of New Orleans right at the start. We'll have them start at City Stage, which is awesome. They'll play music, and then...
And City Stage is the one...
Right by the...
Calvert Street?
It's on Division.
It's the big one on Division Street in front of the government office building, by the courthouse. Okay.
And so they'll play, and then at some point they will step off the stage and lead the entire festival to the PRMC stage with music and just dance and just joy. And that's such a great way, because this isn't a festival for you to just sit down and watch. I mean, I guess you could get your chair and sit and do that, but you can participate in this festival. You get to be a part of this festival.
We had a photo in the paper last week from, I guess it was in Greensboro, where they did that. They led the parade.
Exactly.
It's 10,000 people walking through the middle of downtown Greensboro, and it's really riveting. I
did it.
It must be a
great.
Powerful experience.
It's fun. It's slow. It's a slow-moving parade. You're sort of like, and here we go. But it is fun, and people. I was like, where did all these people get umbrellas from? Because they knew.
Yeah.
You get your umbrella out. You're pulling. It's decorated. There were these two wonderful women that I took a few photos of that were not part of the act, but they were part of the crowd. But they were just gorgeously dressed in all these colors and just having the time of their life walking and dancing to this music in the parade.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Sounds of Korea. This woman is beautiful. I looked her up on YouTube to see what her act is, her performances. And man, does she play these, they look ornamental to me, drums, but they're not.
It's Korean music and dance, but they do a lot of drumming.
Yeah.
It's a larger group. It's not just one person. Right. That is going to be fascinating, I think. And I believe they're actually going. I think they're going into one of our public schools the Friday before the festival starts.
Interesting.
To sort of share this art form and technique and talk with students. So
it's a culture.
It is, and we have a sizable Korean population on the Eastern Shore. This was done deliberately. When they look at artists to bring to the festival, they look at who can we represent on the Eastern Shore? Who do we feel would excite and engage our community? And this was one of those acts.
That's awesome. This Nicole Furrow, I've heard of him. He's actually someone I've heard of.
The cymbalum player?
Yes.
He is incredible. His son actually plays with him, and I think his son plays accordion. But have you seen video of him?
How does he know where everything is?
I don't know. He's got these tiny little hammers, and it's like,
yeah.
And I know that I've just now
It's like the saber dance almost on a completely different instrument. Yeah.
It's pretty incredible. I believe he's an NEA Heritage Award winner or fellow. Yeah, he is incredible. And when you listen to his music, you can't stop smiling because it's just so much fun. And he's so much fun.
Yeah, again, Michael Winograd in the honorable mention.
Michael Winograd.
He plays some kind of a crazy clarinet that I've never seen before.
He's a klezmer musician.
I've never heard of that.
You haven't heard of klezmer?
No, we don't have a lot of that down here locally, I don't think.
Well, klezmer is a Jewish sort of traditional music. It's also a lot of fun. So if you go to a bar mitzvah, you're going to hear some sort of klezmer sounds. But
so we're not going to get Michael over to the scrapple making.
You might not. But Rosh Hashanah starts.
That's true.
Sunday
It's right in the middle of it. Yes.
Sunday
right.
evening
Yeah.
after.
Oh, right after. Okay.
We,
Yeah.
I checked when sundown is. We're good. We're fine. But yeah, that's just a music that you just dance to. You can't stop but to dance to.
Rozelle, who looks fascinating. Beatboxing. What the heck is beatboxing?
What he is?
They say there's a renaissance of beatboxing.
He is the godfather of noise. He is the godfather of noise. He actually is a legend, and they use Rozelle, the legend. He is a legend in beatboxing and hip hop world. Beatboxing is making sounds and notes and music just with your own voice and with your instrument, which is yourself. He does this incredible thing. I don't know how he does it. It's bizarre, but he can beatbox. So he's doing the sounds of the music, but singing at the same time. Not really sure how he's doing that. It's very interesting to watch. He has a lot of fun. And when he was in Lowell recently at the Lowell Folk Festival, he did this amazing dance with all the kids. He was like beatboxing with them and just having a great time. And it turned into more of like a family show. I mean, he's family friendly. He's a lot of fun. But yeah, the kids just love him so much. And he's funny. He's fun to watch and fascinating as well.
Steve Riley and the Mambo Playboys. They're doing Cajun music. They look like they seems like a familiar band to me.
They look like a lot of fun. I'm not as familiar with them. I know they've got Cajun music, so I'm excited to hear it. I believe some of it's in French. That makes sort of sense.
Right.
But I've seen a few clips of them, and they look like a party band. They look like a lot of fun.
Growing up as a fan of Chicago when I was a kid, trombone is my favorite horn. And we have a whole trombone band, the Magnum and Company. Mangum and Company
Mangum.
from Charlotte.
Yeah, they're a shout band, a brass shout band. So were you were at the kickoff?
I was, and they
Okay.
were amazing.
There was this amazing band that was there, and it's very similar.
Right.
So, I'm trying to remember the name of the folks that were at the kickoff. But yeah, so Shout Band, it's based out of it's church music, but it's
Right.
heavy on horns, and it's a large group. It's a lot of singing, a lot of sort of praise music, and it's a lot of fun. And I love that you said trombone, because there's another band you're gonna love, which is Orquesta SCC, which is a salsa dura band. The salsa band, you've got salsa music, which is great, but salsa dura is a little harder. It's a more modern and young, and their horn section is awesome. You're going to love it.
Yeah, the kickoff, I mean, it was there to raise awareness and raise money. Mm-hmm. They came in playing, and everyone was giving
the shout
speeches.
band.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, can people stop talking so this band can play some more? I mean, I really wanted to hear them. They were so good.
Yeah, they were pretty awesome. That was the Sweet Heaven Kings.
Right.
That's right. That was who was there. They won't be here this
Right.
year, but Mangum and Company, which is a similar genre, that has the same, will be. So hopefully you guys will get to experience shout bands.
Cool. Love tap dancing. So Jason Samuel Smith from New York is going to be here to do some tap dancing.
Exactly. He is the heir to the tap dancing throne. You have Gregory Hines saying he is the
Right.
next king of tap dancing. It was sort of funny when the artists were first announced. My husband was the other room, and I didn't share it because it's top secret. And he went, "Jason Samuel Smith." He's like, "He's coming? Oh my goodness!" I'm like, "Really? I didn't know that you were such a fan." He's a huge fan. He
Yeah.
loves him, and he was so excited.
He's one of those guys that people pay $500 to see on Broadway.
He's an incredible dancer. He also is an incredible teacher, and he's keeping that tradition alive. So I'm excited to see him because he's also going into one of our public schools in Wicomico County and doing a workshop with students.
Excellent, excellent. Now, of course, my favorite, I talk about them too much, the Queeby sisters from Dallas. They all play fiddles and sing. And it's like the Andrews sisters and the Dixie Chicks somehow combined, I think.
They've got, so it's this
They're
Western,
mesmerizing to me.
it's a Western swing, Western fiddle music, and then suddenly they sing, and you're transported
Yeah.
back. The fullness of their voices.
When they really get it, I mean, it's like it sounds like Andrews sisters. It really does.
Yeah, people are gonna fall in love with them.
Yeah,
Definitely.
and they're playing a lot. They're playing Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They're playing Friday night. And I think there's 2 shows Saturday and Sunday. Like I've looked it up.
I know. Why is this circled so many times in here? What did you do?
So I'm excited about this, about seeing them, and they're just amazing. And also, if you want to see them on YouTube, they've got some really great videos. The Inuit throat singing people are here, and I cannot pronounce that.
Nukarik.
That's excellent that you know how that is. A rarely heard tradition. I don't know a lot of Inuit.
Inuit throat singing? You're not
Yes. Even when I was in Alaska, I don't think I encountered any of that, but yes,
I believe, are they from Ottawa?
they are.
Okay, they're from Ottawa. They so this is a neat thing. So when the men would go off to hunt or what have you, the women and children were back in the village, and one of the ways that they would entertain themselves is with this game. And they would go very close to each other, and you can see in the photo in the program that they're very close. I believe they put their hands on each other's sides,
Yes.
and they face each other almost with a staring contest like thing, and they start to mimic the sounds of nature. So that's that sort of the sounds that they're making with their instrument, very similar to the beatboxing. They're making these sounds with their throat and multi sounds with one throat, which is incredible. They're mimicking nature, but the whole point of the game is the first one that laughs loses.
Cool.
So you're trying to make the other person laugh.
See, this is an exhibition that we don't get on the Eastern Shore very often.
No, but maybe we will. Maybe I think that you should maybe study with them, and that would be something that
I
you
could do that.
Yeah, that would be great.
Another one that looks funnier than heck to me is the Chancas of Peru, the Andean scissor dancers.
The Chancas of Peru. I don't know that much about them other than it's a very special dance that they do. They have these very long metal rods that they dance with.
Elaborate costumes.
Elaborate costumes, and so this will be a fun discovery for me and hopefully for our audience.
And they run around as fast.
I believe it's fast. I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
I looked it up. Marquise Knox from St. Louis, a classic blues guitarist.
He's from St. Louis. He just turned 27. He sounds like an 80-year-old blues man.
Do you have to be from St. Louis to be a good blues person?
Well, you can be from Chicago, you can be St. Louis, you can be from the Deltas. There's all different types of blues, but he has it in his blood. He's grown up with it, and I'm so excited that he's coming to share this.
Classic, just a classic. There's a mariachi band, which, gosh, I love mariachi bands. The Mariachi Los Campaneros from Los Angeles.
Do you love mariachi?
I do. I have this crazy fondness for mariachi. Yeah.
Well, this is, I think there are 11 members in this band.
I actually have a whole Spotify playlist.
Are you kidding?
I do.
That's awesome.
With mariachi, yeah.
Well, they are known as one of the top mariachi bands in the country, if not in
There's
the
like
world.
30 of them. It's a lot. It's a big band.
It's a large group. It's a large group. I'm putting together
It's-
their
it's
packets right
18,
now, and
yeah.
there's quite a few. They're not as large as the Greenbelt City.
Now, these women, these young women, are from Greenbelt right here in Maryland,
Women and men,
and
yep.
they do crazy things with jump ropes.
Precision jump rope, yes. I think there's 25 of them coming from Greenbelt. They'll be one of our street performers, and I just received a box of 300 jump ropes to my office. So I'm very excited for them to come and demonstrate. They look like they have so much fun, and it's another thing that young and old people are just going to love to see.
The street performers, are they like located in one area, or are they spread out?
We have, actually, if you look on the map on Mill Street, you'll notice a little dancing man, and it says street performers. It's right between the Purdue Dance Pavilion and Festival Marketplace. You see this little dancing person. Street performances. So that's where they're going to have it, is on Mill Street.
Just do a few more performers. Liz
Mm-hmm.
Carroll and Jake Sharon. Classic Irish music.
She's one of the top Irish fiddle players in the country and in the world. So she'll be here from Chicago.
That I've actually heard of her. That's really exciting.
Mm-hmm.
The Bing Brothers Band.
featuring Jack Crack.
Yes, and they are the classic West Virginia. You would hear them on the Grand Ole Opry.
They're old time,
Right.
and they look like they're going to be a lot of fun.
The West African Highlight Band.
That type of music reminds me of when you go to the beach and you just hear that beautiful music that sort of wafts through the air.
Yes.
It is relaxing and fun and joyful. I'm excited for them to come and share this tradition.
So high life music, and it's danceable, which is good. Here's this Russian guy. Is he Russian? Imaryar Hasanov and Abos Kosimov.
I'll be honest, that was very
They're
good.
They're from Azerbaijani.
One of them is actually, and I'm going to
He
get.
plays this long, this big. It looks like a bass.
It's a Kamancha.
Ooh.
It's a so that's Imamyar.
These are all words I've never
Hasanov.
heard before.
Imamyar Hasanov and Abos Kosimov.
Oh, I see. You're doing the name. I thought that was the instrument.
No, it's actually he's playing the Azerbaijani Kamancha, and then there's also these incredible drums that are also they play with, and it's a sight to see.
Clinton Fearon, who I've heard of, reggae, classic reggae.
He just shipped me a huge box of CDs to sell at the merch tent, and I was so excited. I'm like, I got mail from Clinton Fearon. Yeah. Oh my goodness! He's another just a legend. A legend of reggae is coming to Salisbury, which is amazing.
Yeah, and he's in that Seattle circle. Yeah, the Dancing on Air crew, break dancers, which I was really good at in the '90s.
B-boying.
Were you a big break dancer in the '90s?
Of course. I mean, you can see that I'm a B girl. They have a lot of fun. And in fact, in the family area, they're going to be helping some kids learn how to sort of b-boy, and they're just a great young group of folks, and they're just sort of sharing their fun genre of dance, and I think it's great. I think a lot of people are going to love it.
We're out of time, so we're not going to get all of them, but the point is there's still like another page of these. So many great, interesting, fascinating things to see. This is really exciting.
The reason why this was made was because of the support of Salisbury Independent, Delaware State News, and the reason why this festival is free, it's free, but it's not inexpensive, is because of the support of our sponsors. So if you get your program, you're going to
look at the sponsors in here.
Look at our sponsors. Thank you so much. Our sponsors are the reason why this festival is free and accessible to all. We also have grants. We have on-site donations. We'll have the Bucket Brigade, which will be going around asking for people to pitch in $1, $5, $10. If you pitch in, you get a I donated sticker. Each day you can get one for Sunday, Saturday, Friday, and we'd love for you to help us out. That's another way that we fund the festival.
Tell me real quick about the Purdue Dance Stage.
We have an incredibly large tent, an incredibly large dance floor, amazing stages and sound and stuff like that. This place is transformed. You're not going to think that you're in a parking lot. You're going to think that you're in one of the hottest places in town, which is the Purdue Dance Pavilion.
Yeah. Caroline and the City, National Folk Festival, they've all done everything to get this thing ready. The only thing that's missing...
Our volunteers?
Well, there's that. But the only thing that's missing is people coming to this thing. And if you don't understand it, just show up and kind of get a sense of it. I think you're going to get sucked in. I really do.
If you go in there and you don't smile, or your foot isn't tapping, or if you don't feel that energy and that joy, I have concern for you, because it's just impossible. There's so much there for you, for every taste and for every style and every sort of thing that you could want. And there's so much food. If you forget it, say you're just like, I just like food.
Right.
We have so many food vendors at all these different locations. It's a joyous event. It's a family-friendly event, and it's free, and you
all
should
free.
go.
And the shuttles, the buses are going to be running constantly.
Yeah, take Shore Transit, which will be completely free, all direct
Right.
route
Exactly.
buses
Yes.
for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in all 3 counties, courtesy of Purdue. Thank you, Purdue.
Yeah.
Will be free, rain or shine. It goes on. People can dance in the rain, and they'll have even more fun and even more memories doing so.
Get your section. It's in this week's Salisbury Independent. It'll be everywhere. They have them down at the Visitor Center. They're going to be Bach Drop. They're going to be at the festival too. Look online. Your website has everything online.
Exactly, it does. And again, we'll have pocket guides that you can carry around with you, and that will have essential information like schedule, map, and a few facts of where you can find certain things, and lost people policies, and things like that. And of course, if you want to volunteer, you can walk up and volunteer. We'll have volunteer registration at St. Peter's, which is right on Church Street. And if you want to plan ahead, you can go to shoregetconnected.org and sign up to be a volunteer. It's a lot of fun. You get one of these really awesome shirts, and with awesome sponsors on the back. And we'd love to have you. Be a part of this incredible festival. See it from the inside and know that you were there the first year when you look back many, many years from now, and it's still going on.
September 7, 8, and 9.
Yes.
She's Caroline O'Hare. Boy, she's done a tremendous job getting this thing together. It's just like I said, it's up to you all to show up now. So please do so. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
I'm Greg Bassett from the Salisbury Independent Newspaper. Another edition of 101 right here on PAC 14.
First Shore Federal is proud to support PAC 14 and one-on-one. We'd encourage every business to support PAC 14 and pick a program and support it, and let's make a difference.